Hello, welcome to this channel, and in this tutorial series we will be covering how to build a chatbot, what exactly is a chatbot, and what all can be achieved through a chatbot. So for this tutorial series we will be using Google's Dialogflow framework and obviously a bit of Node.js. But if you are new to Node.js or chatbots, don't get intimidated. We will be covering every topic in depth, and at the end of the series you will be fully equipped to build a chatbot yourselves. And for this video, I will be demonstrating a book movie chatbot that I have built for this series, and we will see how that chatbot interacts with the user and what exactly is it doing. So let's just say that user comes in and types hey, and the bot says, hey, I'm your movie booking assistant, please select the movie language of your preference. So let's say user selects one of these options. He says I want to see an English movie, and then user select we prompt the user with the available movies in English, and let's say user selects one of the movies available. He says I want to see Lord of the Rings. Great choice. Then we after getting the movie, we prompt the users to select his city. So let's say user types in his city, say Delhi for example. Ignore the use my location for now. I will be demonstrating that in a while in this video itself. So let's for now just say that user says Delhi. Bingo, Delhi it is. When would you like to watch the movie? So now we since have the movie, we have the city, we now want the user to select one of the date. Let's say user says today. Since we don't have any shows today, we prompt the user with that. And in this scenario, user will probably want to change his date. Let's say he says change it, and then he selects one of another day or date. Instead of today, he says tomorrow. Awesome. So we capture everything and we ask the users to filter by theater or select one of the theaters. Let's say for example, let's just say the user changes his mind and he wants to change movie. He goes change movie, and then we, as per the user's language preference, we ask him to select another movie from the available list. User selects another movie. We keep everything intact and we just change user's movie. Alright, so let's say user selects one of the theater. He says theater 2. And then we prompt him with one of the show times. Sorry, all the show times available for that theater. Let's say he selects one of these. He says 5 p.m. Awesome. So now we want the user to select dates. So user selects the dates which are available. Say C3, P4, anything like that. Awesome. So now the user has selected the seats. Now we want the user to complete the payment, and this is the payment link that we give him. So this is just a dummy payment that I've created for this assignment, and in live scenarios it will obviously a payment integration, an API or something, but don't bother about that right now. We will cover that later. For now, let's just say that the user completes the payment and everything is all right. Then the user comes back to the bot and says, okay, I have done the payment. And at this point, we will check in our DB that if the user has actually done the payment and the payment status is correct. And once we figure out that everything is fine, we prompt the user with the booking ID and ask him if he wants to order some snacks for his booking. So let's say the user says that yes, I want to book some snacks, and then we prompt him the options that are available for snacks. So let's say user says I want to take a cola, I want to take popcorns, I want to take a burger, and user can keep on adding, and we will keep on asking him until he says no, I'm done. Let's say he adds another thing and then he says no, I'm done, and then we say all right, thank you for visiting us. All right, so we covered all the positive scenarios where user comes in and types all the inputs which are valid, which we are currently handling. But now let's see what happens if the user types in some inputs which are not valid or which we don't handle currently. Let's say a user comes in and types book a movie, and instead of selecting from the available inputs, user says I want to see any other movie like Punjabi or anything which we don't have. Sorry, I can only help you currently with booking available movies in English and Hindi. So as a side note, we can also have suggestion suggestion chips for these prompts and these fallback intents. We will see what exactly these are, but for now we can have suggestion of, like, for example, English and Hindi. But for this assignment I've not done that, but I will surely demonstrate how we can do that though. And let's say that for now user selects one of the valid inputs, enters, and instead of any movie available, he says I want to see some movie which is not available. For example, Top Gun. We don't have that. Only from the available list I can help you booking movies from. So let's say user again types in valid input. Instead of a valid city, user types in something random which we don't understand, not a valid city. User types in valid city, let's say for example Pune. When would you like to watch the movie? Instead of typing a valid day or date, user types in something which the system does not understand. Please enter a valid date. Then the user selects a valid date, say 2 August or anything. Alright, then the user again here, instead of typing a valid entry for theaters which are available, user says theater 3. Well, that wasn't a valid entry for theater. Again, we can have suggestion chips here. I'm repeating that, but for now I have not done that for this assignment, but as a better user experience we can surely do that, so that user does not have to type things again and memorize them, and he can just see what are available inputs if he was wrong. Alright, let's say user selects this, and then he selects some seats which are not valid or something which we don't understand. Z1, anything like that. We keep on asking him until he enters valid seats. Alright, so he has entered valid seats. Then he goes to the payment and completes the payment and comes back to the bot and says, okay, I've done the payment. Alright. And then for snacks, he says, yes, I want snacks, but we have only these three options, and he instead of these he says I want to eat a pizza, which we don't have. Then we prompt him that we don't have that on our menu currently, and let's say that user is nice. He says I'll take a burger instead. Oops. Then he can keep on adding stuff, and once he says done, we say that okay, thank you for visiting us. Awesome. So now we have seen that what happens if the user enters some inputs which are not valid, and how we does not let the user know that it's a chatbot, and we handle everything so that he believes he's talking to a human. Okay, now let's quickly talk about the use my location button that we saw earlier. So that does not work in this simulator, so I'll be demonstrating that in Google Assistant. So I've already started the bot. User has selected the language so far, user has selected the movie so far. Now we want the user to enter his city, and we also give the user an option so that we can detect his location instead of him typing his city. So if user selects just use my location, then we prompt him with the permissions, the request for permissions, that if we can locate him, and to give us permissions, user has to say yes or okay or anything that is positive. And so once he approves it, we detect user's location, which is Gurugram, which I'm currently at, and which is great. And the flow from here continues as we have seen earlier, which is great. Alright, folks. So we have seen a book movie chatbot and how it is interacting with the user. And in the coming videos, we will be discussing every topic of Dialogflow, like intents, context, entities, fulfillment, integrations, everything of this in a very detailed manner in the coming videos of this series, so that you are fully equipped at the end of the series to build a chat by yourself. So thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you in the next video.